I'm Michael from All Spirit Activism, and welcome to Food Time with Michael, where I will eat this delicious avocado sandwich while talking about atheism and apologetics towards atheists. Let me just take a bite because this is so tasty. Oh, praise God! Yummy. Alright, so I've been listening to a lot of apologetic debates between atheists and theists, and looked at the comment section on YouTube and discussed with some atheists there. And I find it so remarkable that many atheists need to deny things that are so obvious to us, scientifically verified, and just evident truths about the external world in order for their atheism to work. I think the Kalam cosmological argument is amazing because the two premises are so evident. Premise 1 is that everything that begins to exist has a cause, and premise 2 is that the universe began to exist. And you can watch a video called 7 Reasons Why God Exists that me and my friend Andreas made, where we discussed that argument in a little bit more detail. Now, when I heard that the first time, I thought, well, nobody can deny the premises, so I thought that the controversial aspect of the Kalam argument was that the conclusion the universe has a cause is equated to that cause being God. I thought that perhaps atheists will say, no, there can be other causes that are transcendent, that are immaterial and timeless and spaceless. But of course, there are none that can stand in a causal relationship with the universe. So what atheists often have to do is to deny either that everything that begins to exist has a cause, or that the universe began to exist. And that's so interesting to see them do that and trying to find reasons and say, well, this scientist says that nothing can create everything. And that's just illogical. That is impossible. As William Lane Craig says, it's worse than magic, because when a magician pulls a rabbit out of the hat, at least you have the magician and the hat. But to think that everything comes from nothing uncaused is ridiculous. We Christians believe that everything comes from nothing caused by God, who is eternal existence, who doesn't have a cause himself because he never began to exist. Another very peculiar phenomena that I've noticed in this debate is the moral argument, where most people, again, they believe the two premises, but they don't put two and two together. And so what they often would do is try to deny one premise by providing arguments for the other one. And to remind you, the moral argument goes like this: if there is no God, there is no objective morality. There is objective morality, it's premise 2, and so the conclusion is there is a God. Now, many will say, in accordance with the first premise, that yes, there is no right and wrong, there is no objective morality, there's no proof for God's existence, and so we cannot say that anything is right and wrong. We're just biological machines, and what we do is morally insignificant. It's like claiming that a rock or a star is doing something moral or immoral. It's not. It's just a huge amount of dominoes that are tipping each other, but that's not good, that's not evil. But then these same people very often will make moral statements and say, that's dishonest, that's wrong. How can you believe in a God that ordered war and genocide in the book of Joshua, and so on? So they will appeal to objective morality, while these very same persons have denied the existence of objective morality. And so this is so interesting, not to mention the very common phenomena of atheists misunderstanding the moral argument. They think very often that the argument is atheists are immoral, or atheists cannot know what is moral. That's not what the argument states. The argument states that atheists, like anyone else, can live morally, can know what's moral, but they have no justification for it, because according to an atheist worldview, there is no right and wrong objectively. You may have subjective opinions that Hitler was a bad guy, but you cannot have an anchor point that is external to humanity that shows that this is really the case. And again, people will deny these premises, which I think are so obvious, just in order to avoid the conclusion. And obviously it's even clear when it comes to the moral argument that atheists want to deny the conclusion, and so they have to attack the premises, even though it's very evident, in my opinion, that without God there's no objective morality, but objective morality exists. It is objectively wrong to rape and kill a baby for fun, even if the entire human population would say that it's good. They would be wrong, because that goes against the moral intuition and the moral sense that we humans have, and that we should trust as much as we trust our sight or what we feel, as much as we trust that there is an external world, and we don't have any reason to suggest that we're in a matrix. For the same reason, we should trust our sense that there is objectively good, objectively evil, and that shows that there's a transcendent lawgiver who gives us and provides us with the foundation for moral truths. That was what I was thinking about when I was eating this delicious avocado, which I also think is an amazing argument for God's existence. If God doesn't exist, atheists, then why does avocado taste so good? Thank you for watching, and God bless you.